Hey, so here is the second part of my Bolt driver story. So this morning I got into a Bolt. The guy immediately was very enthusiastic and he was like, hello! I was like, oh, hello! And I just had this sense that he could speak, English. But I didn't say anything because I wasn't sure, because a lot of Romanians, their English is so good, but then they're a little shy to use it. And so I just kind of just sat there for a bit smiling, and then all of a sudden after a few minutes he was like, so where are you from? And his English was really good, and I said, oh, I'm from America. And he goes, oh my goodness, I've always wanted to go. I'm like, really? Awesome. And so then we started talking and he was like, so where in America are you from? I was like, oh, I'm from Seattle. And he was like, oh my gosh, the Sonics. And I was like, you watched the NBA? I was like, I watched the Sonics back in the Peyton days. Those were the days, right? And I was like, yeah, those were our glory days. We talked about the Sonics. I was like, yeah, you guys don't have them anymore. They're in OKC. And I was like, we kicked them out. We made them leave. And he laughed at that. I was like, my dad was so mad at me. And the Sonics went to the finals. And he was like, why? I said, oh, I had a crush on a guy who loved the Chicago Bulls. And I was like, I was the biggest Michael Jordan fan back then. I was like, I wanted to grow up to be Michael Jordan. And he started laughing and he was like, well, who didn't? Jordan is the GOAT. And I was like, heck yeah, he is. And so I had a good laugh about that. So I was like, I was rooting for the Bulls. And my dad was so angry at me. My Bolt driver was laughing so hard. And he was very vulnerable with me too, and just so open. He was like, my English is really good is because, America saved me. And I was like, we did? How? He said, I was in a lot of trouble. I ended up reaching out to an AA group in Chicago, in America, over Zoom calls and Skype calls. So at first it was Skype calls and now it's Zoom. I've been doing AA meetings for a really long time and I've become very close to this group of people. I was like, that's so cool. I was like, no wonder your English is phenomenal. And he was like, yeah, I had to practice. And he's like, there were no AA related or tangential type of groups in Romania at the time. And he's like, I was able and have still been able to share things with these people in this group, like now my friends, things that I could not and still cannot share with my family. So if I ever feel something heavy on my heart, I know I can always reach out to them, because we have a WhatsApp group too, and we talk to each other constantly. And it was really funny too, because he started laughing after he told me that the group was in Chicago, because he's like, what are the odds? Did you think that you were going to wake up this morning, take a Bolt, and your Bolt driver meets with a Chicago-based AA group on a weekly basis for many years now? And he's like, and you were a huge fan of the Chicago Bulls. I was like, it's a pretty uncanny coincidence, my friend. Yes, I agree with you. And we had a good chuckle about that. He was such a fun and sweet guy. I felt really blessed today by God. And so I wanted to share that story with you guys because, man, so many coincidences, and a part of me really wanted to tell him, AA was started by a Christian, and I'm here as a Christian missionary. You believe in God? I felt so much of his excitement, and I felt so much love from this man, in a platonic way, by the way. And we just had such a blast talking and laughing together, and it was a 10-minute ride, and let me tell you, that blessed my day, that set the day right, and I'm just so grateful to God, y'all. So please keep praying for these types of divine appointments, and I say like this because we all know it's from God. Y'all, I'm feeling so blessed today, so wanted to share that with you, and I hope you guys are having a good week so far, and I'll talk to you later.